Hey triathlon fans, Ryan here, PACE TRIATHLON.com, coming at you with another quick tip video. And today we're talking about being specific in your training, especially if you have a race. This is more geared towards you guys. If you have a race on the calendar, avoid training just to train. Make sure you're training smartly and correctly for your race. So we'll go over a few tips to help you kind of stay on the right track for your race. So number one, train for the right terrain on the bike and the run. So if you're out there just training, and you do have the opportunities that maybe you could have a smart trainer and you can go out there and ride on your smart trainer and get ready for the terrain, or if you live in a flat area and your course is hilly, to go out and find a hilly area to ride. No matter where you live, usually you got some places kind of hilly. Or if it's flat, go out and make sure you're riding on flat terrain. So just make sure that you're training on the right terrain for the bike and the run and the swim. You know, if it's going to be open water, make sure that you're getting the right training in for open water swimming and getting a little bit more endurance if you need to, or if it's going to be choppy, or if there's a current or something like that. So train for the right terrain. Consider the weather. If your race is in the fall or if it's in early spring and you're training over winter, hopefully it's going to be a little bit warmer. But if you're training during the summer and your race is in the fall and it's going to be a cooler race, like Ironman California was going to be 56 degrees and raining, but if you're training in the summer it's 100 degrees and whatever, you may need, in theory that should be a little bit better for you. But the other way around, if your race is 100 degrees, you've been training in your basement at 70 degrees, it might be a little bit of a situation. So make sure when you're doing your training, you're not just like, oh, I'm just going to crank it out. Make sure that you're being smart about your training and doing the training and the workouts geared towards your race, and you're not just riding your bike in the basement and missing out on opportunity to be ready for your race. Don't mail it in. Don't just go do your workouts and mindlessly do your workouts. If you're like, it's an hour run's done, and then go shower and go off to work. Make sure during that run you're focusing on form, you're focusing on cadence, you're focusing on nutrition, hydration. There's lots of things to be working on during those workouts mentally, that you shouldn't just be checked out, and especially bike rides and swims and stuff. Don't just plug in the distance and then go it and stop the watch, call it good, and then walk off and start the rest of the day. Make sure that you're being engaged in the moment in your workout. So don't just mail it in. Swimming is not always calm waters like the pool, like I mentioned. Make sure that you're prepared. If it's going to be open water, if it's in the ocean swim like Ironman Florida, 70.3 Florida, 70.3 Galveston, there's an opportunity that there could be some waves and some choppy water out there. So just make sure you're ready for the water. It's not always going to be glass smooth like the pool or maybe a local place that you swim at. So make sure you're prepared. Wind, currents, all kinds of good stuff. Be present at workout kind of goes in with don't mail it in. Just make sure that you know the intent of the workout. Make sure you're doing the workout. Make sure you just didn't look at your plan. It's like, 60-minute run. Well, in that plan, maybe it was 10 minutes of warm up, a couple strides, a couple bursts, and then a cool down. Make sure you know the intent and why you're doing the workout. Don't just look at the distance or look at the time and just go do it and then be done with it. So make sure you're present in the workout and you know the workout. Training without a goal is just exercise. So this kind of goes into, if you don't have a race on the calendar, training just to train. Yeah, exercise is great, and I highly encourage and recommend people do exercise of some sort, even if you don't have races or anything going on. But I do find, personally, for me and for athletes, it's harder to get that to do training when you don't have some goal or something that you're moving towards. It gives you more motivation when the workouts get tougher to know I'm getting ready for Ironman, I'm getting ready for 7.3, I'm getting ready for my Olympic or something like that. At the end, there's a light at the end of the tunnel for this exercise. And then afterwards, that's what I recommend, get over the post-race blues, is you're always planning out your calendar well in advance, especially for Ironman races. We're looking for years out. So make sure that you kind of have a goal for what you're doing. Otherwise, it's just kind of exercise, and it's kind of a little bit demotivating for people. Even if it's like weight loss, or if it's to get your mile time down, or just something like that, even if it's kind of an intermediate goal, have a goal. Plan the workload correctly. Last thing you want to do is go too hard too early, like I talked about in previous videos, or you're going along and it's just all bland, boring workouts and it's all volume and you're just kind of disconnected. Make sure the workload is planned accordingly: intensity, volume, distance, time, all that good stuff. So make sure you plan it out right. Races don't always have to be the end all. Like I said, you don't have to have a race to sign up for. Maybe, like I said, it's to lose weight. It's to look good in the swimsuit for summer. Whatever your goal is, make sure you have one. Otherwise, exercising is just exercise. It's kind of like, after a while, it just becomes tedious, that I've found, if you don't have a kind of a goal to work towards. If it's not your goal, it won't go far. So your buddy Steve over here, he's training for a full Ironman, and he's convinced you somehow to sign up, and you're just kind of like, I guess. I don't think you're going to get very far. So make sure that it is a goal that has some meaning to you, and it's just not your friend's goal, your family's goal, your spouse's goal. I mean, that might work, if your spouse really wants to do something and they have had some setbacks and your goal is to be there with them through the entire time. That's a good goal. But make sure it's your goal too. Don't just follow your group of friends and just be like kind of half into it, and then you get done and just like, that was a waste of time. Make sure it's your goal. That definitely helps give you a little bit more motivation to make sure that you're training for that specific goal in mind and not just doing stuff just to train. So hopefully this kind of helps you out, and it kind of keeps people out of that gray nebulous area. It's like, I'm just doing a run today, I'm just doing a bike, and I don't know why I'm doing it. And it kind of gives you an easier way out when you're like, you know what, I'm just going to sleep in today. I don't need to do that workout. I got nothing coming up. So this kind of helps you out. So if this helps you out, give it a like on Facebook, you've seen it there. Give it a like on YouTube, you've seen it there. Give me a subscribe on YouTube. Give me a hit the notifications button. All that good stuff. If you got any things you want to add, put some comments on there. I'd love to get your feedback. If you think I should add some more stuff in here, if you thought it was great, keep it coming. Put that comment on there too. I like to see it all. So hopefully this helps you out. Good luck out there, and we'll see you on race day.